And this is how I started my day, doing the things that I know in my head that I'm not supposed to do, waking up late, getting on my phone, checking my email, checking my comments, doing all the things, right? The things that they tell you never to do to start your attitude. My day will typically have a shower where I actually have mounted a cell phone piece where I can put my phone and watch content to learn more about what's happening in the industry and where everybody is going and who's making changes, what's happening, how to grow things, how to build, just the things. If you're watching this, you're probably into content, and hopefully part of my story can help benefit you. But I made a commitment. When I told you guys yesterday that I didn't finish all of my phone calls, that heavily weighted on me today. So when I got to my headset, I picked it up the second I could and just started dialing out. With a similar response rate as of yesterday, 12 left messages, 5 no contacts, 3 not interested, and 1 that was interested. That one actually turned into something powerful, which we'll get to in a moment. Hanging up the phone, as common, I had a short impromptu meeting with my partner, and we went over some of the pieces of our day that we had to focus on. It's empowering that we're getting to the end of the year. We're working on the budget. We've essentially got everything planned with a few hiccups that we keep having hurdles over and over. Our CRM is missing about 50,000 worth of business, which was on our books, but we had to take them off because they never cleared. It was an account that one of our guys wrote, wasn't supposed to be there, but it never hit into and removed itself. And that kind of leads you into a typical day of an agent. If you're a business owner, sure, if you're just the agent, you're not going to have as much of that activity going to where there's all these like pieces. But if you're running your own agency, then you're going to wear a lot of different hats. You're going to be the one that focuses on marketing. And if you do it right, you're going to have a budget. You're going to have a growth plan, and you're going to have a strategy to get there. And you've got to measure that. You can't just put it on paper and hope it goes away. If you've seen my other videos, you may have seen the one where we talk about getting appointments with different agencies. In order to do that, you need some sort of a business plan to move you forward. In this scenario, we've already built our business plan, and we're almost rebuilding it every year and tweaking it to make it grow faster and farther. With knowing the failure that we've been far behind on what we wanted to achieve today, we're proud that we're converting higher and actually writing more business than we expected, but we're missing some agents that we wanted to hire. So failing forward is a success when you're growing an agency. The things that you have to think of and do tend to overwhelm you. For some people, it's a deafening fright, and that's the end of your career in insurance. For others, like myself and my partner, it's more of a challenge that we get to overcome. We know that we're going to get there, whether it takes 12 years, 18 years, or 6 years. We know that the growth plan, no matter which way we've built, is an undefeatable model. And that's where it weighs on my mind all day. We read this post earlier to where there was a conversation about should I or how do I make videos for YouTube audience. The 2 comments that weighed on my mind, which spurred the whole video of today, is the comment 1, which was just get started. Done is better than perfect. And I can't agree more to where having something finished and completed, whether it's a complete flop and should never be uploaded to the internet, just the fact that you created it or were willing to upload it anyways and get 0 or 1 view. Thanks, Mom, for watching our videos. That puts into motion a play of events that you couldn't even imagine. Knowing that you've put 1 video out, that it's not that hard. I press record and I can make a video that makes sense. But you should expect to fail as far as your personal opinion. You might think it's the best thing in the world. Looking back at videos that I've done in the past, I think they were horrible. And I thought they were the best thing in the world. And honestly, those are some of the better videos that have gotten more engagement because it's authentic. It's not just written down pieces of jargon that nobody needs to be hearing. Building the right type of audience and growth is powerful. The only thing that weighed on my mind more was the next comment that was showing behind that. Now, there is some truth to this, and I completely understand where the agency owner is coming from, but I don't completely agree. As my eyes widened, I looked at the comment and read it a few times to make sure that I wasn't misreading it, and it really got clearer to what type of owner this is. If you don't know anyone, you're going to start stalking them on Facebook and social media to see exactly how true what they say is happening. The comment, if you're wondering, was you shouldn't be making content in the first place. You should be hiring someone to do it for you, and you should be focusing on what you're good at: sales, service, and insurance. I don't know what to say. My heart's crushed. It's like I spent the last 6 years doing these videos, and this guy just looked at my soul and said, "You're horrible. You shouldn't be doing this. You're wasting your talents." Going from the top salesperson at a major company to training people to making videos online that gets quotes and leads and just general business. But is it worth doing all of this work for the slow growth that you have, taking away the time that you have from a business and putting it into something else? I almost sat in awe, just almost staring at the comment, wondering, is this something that I should respond to? But my past history and my fear is I don't want to. I've done this before, and it's always turned out bad, to where I eventually delete the comment, and I'm that comment and runner that you see online. This comment clearly ripped apart and showed every vulnerability that I had in my mind and my soul, that I just had to find some way in my mind to cope with this. And I realized an agency owner who has been established, this person since 1995 and has 20 plus years of experience, can afford to hire somebody to do the content. And by all rights, they should be able to afford to have somebody help and make videos and content for them. Honestly, my channel of Think Insurance, the begin with the end in mind goal is to sell that or build it around where I can hire other people to make the content. And I have multiple team members that are building the channel to grow without me, or at least without me heavily involved in the day-to-day tasks. This so happened to just tie into the exact time and moment that we have decided to go with a social media influencer. We're hiring somebody to do some of our social media posts for our company. And 5 posts a week, we're willing to pay some extra money to have that offloaded off our shoulders. The content for insurance and the talking pass and all of that probably has to come from us for the most part, because we need to regulate that. Somebody who's knowledgeable in the space needs to make sure it's not a post that throws people down the wrong path. So if you're new to insurance and you're on a low budget and you're trying to build your base in your book, there is a very powerful use in doing what I've done today. What do I mean? I mean making a sale from a center of influence. Had a mortgage company that I work with, ended up reaching out to me for a home loan for somebody, and I ended up getting an insurance policy for them about a week later. We just set that up today. So walking into the end of today's day, having a sale in the books is always a good feeling. But knowing that we're in the right path to whether you can or can't afford a content creator or a social media manager, you've got to decide what's best for your company. If you're new to sales, you just need to learn the sales portion, but it doesn't hurt to market, because I've tried multiple companies and multiple things in the past, side hustles as we call them, and those typically give me a good feeling of if we're going to be successful and I'm going to make $300,000 a year selling diaper caddies on Amazon. I actually did that, by the way. Another day, another story. Getting that expression and realizing quickly that every business out there is tied around the marketing. The more you can afford to market, the more content that you can afford to create, the faster growth you're going to have and the more powerful of an entity that your company is going to become. My dream is to get up to spending about $1 million a month on marketing. I might sound like a crazy hack, but it is going to happen. So what is your struggle? Have you guys decided that content is king and you need to have some sort of social presence? Is it a Facebook post that you know that you have to do to create community? Or is it a YouTube video where you can give value to a potential customer and generate leads? What's the best step and the most powerful thing for you? Can you afford to hire somebody to do the work for you? I know personally, if it was me starting over, I couldn't. I'd have to build it by spending the money on leads, and then after my hours or halfway through my day, once I've got absolutely nothing else to do and I don't have a plan for what's coming up next, then yes, I'm going to create that content. But after hours, I'm going to create more of that content to grow much faster. Future videos to come, because I honestly am struggling this month to hit my numbers as far as my conversion rates. I've got the premium. I've got what I needed to be on my personal goal sheet, but the conversions are really, really crappy. I'll share more in another video. If you guys could comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on the social media piece. I'd love to at least give you an opinion if you want more advice or any tips or any type of tricks that you want as far as the content creation. That's my world. That's my baby. That's where I'm really good at. And I think I have a lot to give in that area. I will probably make some content. I want to focus more insurance-based, but in that concept, having the ability to share that is very powerful that I can give to you. If this video was helpful and interesting, thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Just hit it twice. Get it over with. I'm Mark W. Flockhart. I'll see you soon.